Tonight on Lost Gear, I invade a military base, blow things up, and get blown up. Today we are taking our Second Amendment rights to a different level. Today we are gonna test 3 tanks that are available for purchase in the state of San Andreas for every citizen. Today we're gonna test the good old Rhino Tank, the unusual heavy APC, and the ultra-modern TM-02 Khanjali. First, as usual, let's see the price tag of these 3. That thing costs $1.5 million for purchase and is the cheapest of all 3, but cannot be further customized. The APC is slightly more costly. Its trade price is just above 2.3 million, with the regular price even exceeding the 3 million mark. But at least it is usable as a personal vehicle and can therefore be modified. Most expensive is the TM-02 Khanjali, which comes at a trade price of almost 2.9 million, for which to unlock you have to save the world from Avon Hertz's Clifford AI. If that wouldn't be enough of a reason to give it to you for free, but well, its regular price is about 3.9 million. Oh well, and you have to own a government facility to store and customize it, so prepare to spend a lot if you want this machine. And well, before any other silly test today, let's see the 3 of them on our Ford Zancudo test track first for a change. And well, slow and steady, here we go through turn 1, and oh well, maybe let's just let them race on here while we take another test and check back later. Now, of course, these things are made for all-terrain usage, so let's try to mount something, and by that I do not mean the massive oil supplies of some Middle Eastern nation that urgently needs to be liberated. If I wanted that, I'd play Invade and Persuade, or, well, join the US military. What we'll do now is drive onto some mountains and approach Fort Zancudo from the hills and see who does best. The Rhino certainly has issues climbing smaller hills and surrenders instantly on steeper ones. The TM-02 Khanjali, due to its power advantage, can even take some pretty steep hills. But most surprisingly, the APC, due to being much faster in acceleration, takes even the steepest hills with ease, although it uses wheels instead of tracks. The APC has another big advantage in terms of mobility. Where water is an arch nemesis for the Rhino and the Khanjali, as it kills their engine with ease, the APC swims through lakes, rivers, and even the sea like it was no deal whatsoever. So the APC is quick on tarmac, quick off roads, and swims in the water. That's one all-round vehicle for you. Now, for our next test, and heaven forbid are we actually doing tests that make sense this episode. Anyway, we're going to break into Fort Zancudo with the 3 vehicles and try to survive as long as we can. And here we are with the first shots fired at the APC. It is definitely quick and agile, which helps with not getting hit by tanks or other missile firing stuff, but one of the main problems with the APC is that you have to stay stationary to fire its weaponry, that is when you're alone in the vehicle. A passenger can operate the weaponry whilst you're driving. So when there's tanks coming for you and you're alone in the APC, well then you're screwed. Another big minus, you can be shot through your front window, which is what happens to us here, which means we survive for just under 2 minutes. Now we join our second competitor. Here's the good old Rhino. It can certainly defend itself, that's for sure, but it's not that agile, and we're benefiting a lot from the presumably drunk tank operators of the US military. After 420, we're blazing it in the Rhino, but not in a good way. Now for the Khanjali. The fire rate with the railgun is not optimal, as we have to charge it a little bit, but the mobility is a bit better than it was with the Rhino. With up to 3 additional passengers that can all be trusted with an attachable weapon, that is 1 gun on the top and 2 grenade launchers to the left and right, you're nearly invincible. But as I'm alone in my Khanjali, I survive just 15 seconds short to 5 minutes, which still is the best time so far, and that is whilst I have been attacked by 3 rhinos at the same time at one point, which is a little unfortunate and, well, does not help with the comparability, but there you have it, it is the best. And, I am getting a word that the time trial we started at the beginning of this video is coming to an end. So let's join the 3 tanks crawling over the finish line. Well, this finish didn't help us a lot, so let's just look at the times. Yeah, no chance they'll appear up here, so let's just move to the bottom of our timesheet. The Rhino is the slowest, no surprises there, with a time of 2:37. That could be an all-time worst, that's here to stay. Just 7 seconds quicker, that's a little disappointing, is the Khanjali, but very, very impressive is the heavy APC with a 1:44, which isn't too far off from our slowest street vehicle yet. Maybe it can even outpace some cars in the future, but that's it from our 1-lap pace test. Well, and what do we take from that? The APC has by far the best mobility, but you need a co-driver to really defend yourself, and even then you have a limited amount of ammo. The Rhino works good for a single driver and has a good firing rate, but isn't customizable and can't take as much damage as the Khanjali, which has a lower fire rate with the railgun, but 4 weapons for 4 passengers, that is including the driver, that you can attach to the tank. So maybe this is a winner, or is it? Maybe sometimes there is no need for a clear winner. And with that wisdom, we end our show. Thank you so much for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you want to see more. Leave a comment which cars you want me to test next, and see you soon. Bye bye.